Hey there, let me ask you something. Do you understand English well, but still struggle when it comes to speaking? You can read it, you can listen to it, maybe you even write pretty well, but the moment someone asks you a question in English, your brain just freezes. The words are there, but they don't come out. You pause, you overthink, and suddenly it's like your mouth forgets how to speak. Sound familiar? You're not alone. This happens to so many English learners. Maybe you've been studying for months or even years. You've learned grammar rules, you've memorized vocabulary, maybe you've even taken a few courses. But when it's time to have a conversation, things feel awkward. You worry about making mistakes. You're not sure about pronunciation. You feel shy, nervous, sometimes even embarrassed. And because of that, you avoid speaking. You say things like, "I'm not ready yet," or "I'll start speaking once I learn more." But deep down, you want to speak. You want to express yourself in English with confidence. Not just in your head, but out loud, in real conversations. I get it. I've been there too. When I first started learning, I was exactly where you are now. I understood a lot of English. I could follow videos, read articles, even pass grammar quizzes. But when someone asked me a simple question like, "How are you?" or "What do you do?" I panicked. I translated everything from my native language, and by the time I figured out what to say, the moment had already passed. It was frustrating. But then something changed. I realized that the way I was learning English wasn't helping me speak it. I was learning about English, but I wasn't actually practicing it like a real skill. I was treating it like a subject in school, not a tool for communication. And that's when I started doing things differently. I stopped focusing so much on grammar books and started focusing on using the English I already knew, out loud, every single day. I started talking to myself. I repeated what I heard in videos. I recorded my voice. I stopped worrying about mistakes and started enjoying the process. And slowly, very slowly, something amazing happened. I started to speak fluently, not perfectly, but fluently, naturally, with confidence. And if I can do it, you can too. In this video, I'm going to share with you a simple fluency practice system that actually works. It's not complicated. You don't need expensive courses or to move to an English-speaking country. You just need consistency, the right mindset, and a few daily habits that will change the way you speak English forever. If you're ready to stop being stuck and finally start speaking, not someday, but starting today, then stay with me. Let's take the first step toward real English fluency. Are you ready? Let's get started. So now that we've talked about how frustrating it is to want to speak English but feel stuck, let's talk about why that happens. Why is fluency so hard for most learners? You've probably asked yourself, why can I understand English but not speak it fluently? Well, the truth is, fluency isn't just about how much you know. It's about how much you use and how you use it. Let me explain. The first big reason fluency feels difficult is this: you're still thinking in your native language. Most learners, maybe even you, try to speak English by first thinking in their own language, then translating it in their head, and then saying it out loud. But here's the problem. By the time you finish translating, the moment is already gone. Your brain is too busy switching languages, and you lose confidence. That delay, That little pause creates stress, and the stress makes you forget what you wanted to say. Fluency means speaking automatically, not perfectly, but without stopping to translate every word. And if you're stuck in translation mode, fluency will always feel slow and frustrating. The second problem is something almost everyone deals with: the fear of making mistakes. So many learners hold back because they're afraid of saying something wrong. They think, what if my grammar is bad? What if my pronunciation is weird? What if someone laughs at me? But guess what? Every fluent English speaker once made hundreds, even thousands, of mistakes. That's how they learned. Mistakes aren't something to avoid. They're part of the journey. And if you never speak because you're afraid of messing up, you'll never give yourself the chance to improve. Let me ask you, did you wait until you were perfect to start walking when you were a baby? Of course not. You fell, you stood up, you tried again. That's how you learned. And that's exactly how fluency works. The third reason is simple but serious. You're probably not getting enough speaking practice. Think about it. You've watched videos, read books, maybe even memorized vocabulary. But how often do you actually speak English out loud? Just like you can't learn to swim by watching videos or reading books, you can't learn to speak fluently without speaking. Reading and listening help, but speaking is a muscle, and if you don't use it, it doesn't grow. Most learners wait for the perfect time to start speaking. They wait until they know more grammar or feel more confident. But that perfect time never comes, so they stay stuck, quiet, and frustrated. The truth is, most learners spend years learning grammar but still can't speak confidently. Why? Because they're not practicing the right way. Fluency doesn't come from memorizing more rules. It comes from daily, focused practice, speaking out loud, thinking in English, and training your brain to use the language naturally. And here's the good news. Once you change the way you practice, everything changes. You stop worrying about mistakes. You stop translating in your head. You stop freezing in conversations. Instead, you speak with confidence. Not perfectly, but naturally. You express your thoughts clearly. You enjoy conversations. You finally feel fluent. So if fluency has felt hard for you, don't worry. It's not your fault. You were probably just using the wrong method. But now that you understand the real problems, you can finally fix them, starting today. In the next part of this video, I'm going to show you how to do exactly that. I'll give you 4 simple, powerful daily fluency practices that will train your brain to think in English, speak with confidence, and build real fluency step by step. Let's break the silence and start speaking for real. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's talk about something that can completely change the way you approach English fluency. It's a goal that almost no one talks about clearly, but it's the secret behind every fluent speaker you've ever heard. And that goal is this: start thinking in English. Now, I know that might sound strange at first. You might be asking, how do I think in English? Isn't that something that just happens with time? Well, not exactly. You see, fluency doesn't mean having perfect grammar. It doesn't mean using big words or sounding like a native speaker. Fluency means speaking naturally, smoothly, without translating every word in your head. It means your brain is trained to understand and respond in English, directly, without going through your native language first. That's the goal. Let me give you a simple example. When you wake up in the morning and think, I need coffee, what language does that thought come in? For most learners, that thought comes in their native language, and if they were asked to say it in English, they'd pause, translate it, and then speak. That tiny pause is the difference between struggling and fluency. A fluent speaker doesn't stop to translate. They just think in English, I need coffee, and say it instantly. That's fluency. And here's the good news. Thinking in English is a skill. It's not something you're born with. It's something you build. Just like learning to ride a bike or drive a car. It feels hard at first, but with practice, it becomes automatic. Now, why is this important? Because as long as you keep thinking in your native language and translating in your head, you'll always feel a few seconds behind. You'll always be second-guessing yourself, and conversations will feel slow, stressful, and tiring. But when you start training your mind to think in English, even for simple thoughts, everything gets easier. Your speaking becomes faster. Your confidence grows. You stop getting stuck. You finally sound natural. Let me give you a powerful formula to remember this. Fluency equals speed plus confidence plus real practice. Let's break that down. Speed means you can speak without long pauses or searching for words. Confidence means you're not afraid to make mistakes or speak in front of others. And real practice means speaking out loud, thinking in English, and using the language daily, not just studying it. Grammar is helpful, vocabulary is important, but they won't make you fluent unless you use them in real-time speaking situations. Let me repeat. Fluency is not a grammar test. Fluency is a habit. And just like going to the gym, the more you use English, especially in your mind, the stronger your fluency becomes. So how do you start thinking in English? It begins with small steps. Start describing what you're doing in English. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making tea. I'm walking to the store. Don't worry if it feels slow or awkward. That's normal at first. The key is to stop switching between languages and start building those mental English habits. And when you do this every day, even for 5 minutes, your brain slowly stops translating and starts thinking directly in English. That's when fluency starts to grow. That's when speaking becomes natural. That's when you stop trying to speak English and just do it. So remember this, your goal is not perfection. Your goal is connection, to speak your thoughts clearly, to understand and be understood, to enjoy conversations, express yourself, and feel confident in your voice. And that all starts by training your brain to think in English, little by little, every day. In the next section, I'll show you 4 powerful daily fluency practices that will help you do exactly that, and help you start speaking with more speed, more confidence, and more joy. Let's keep going. Now that you know the real goal, to think in English, let's get practical. Let's talk about how to actually build fluency, step by step, in your daily life. Because here's the truth. Fluency isn't a gift. It's a habit. And like any habit, the more you do it, the stronger it becomes. So let me share with you 4 simple, powerful fluency practices you can do every single day. No expensive classes, no long hours, just 10 to 15 minutes of smart, focused speaking. Let's get into it. 1. Shadowing practice. This is one of the most effective techniques to improve your pronunciation, rhythm, and natural speech flow. What is it? Shadowing means you listen to a native speaker, usually from a video or audio clip, and you repeat what they say immediately, trying to match their tone, speed, and emotion. How to do it? Choose a short video or podcast clip. 30 seconds to 1 minute is enough. Play one sentence. Pause. Repeat it out loud exactly as they said it. Mimic their voice like you're acting in a movie. Example: you watch a line from a movie. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but today, I'm ready. You pause and say it exactly like the actor. Do it again and again until your tongue starts to move smoothly. Why it works. Shadowing trains your brain and mouth to work together like a native speaker's. You absorb the natural rhythm of English, and over time, you start speaking without thinking about it. 2. Think in English. This is Fluency's secret weapon. It sounds simple, and it is, but it changes everything. What is it? Instead of thinking in your native language and translating, you start thinking your thoughts in English. How to do it? Start small. When you wake up, say in your mind, I need to brush my teeth. As you eat breakfast, I'm having eggs and tea. When you walk outside, it's sunny today. I'm going to the market. If you don't know a word, describe it simply. Don't translate. Just use the words you do know. Example: you forget the word for refrigerator? Say, that cold box where I keep my food. It doesn't matter. The point is to train your brain to think directly in English. Why it works. When you think in English, you stop depending on translation. You build real fluency, fast and natural. 3. Story retelling. This builds your speaking skills, memory, and vocabulary all at once. What is it? You watch or listen to a short story or video. Then, without reading or looking at the script, you retell the story in your own words, out loud. How to do it? Watch a short 1 to 2 minute video in English. Could be a simple story, news clip, or part of a show. After watching, close the video. Now tell the story as if you're explaining it to a friend. Example: you watch a video about a girl who lost her dog but found it later in the park. You say, so there was a girl. Her dog ran away. She was very sad, but then she saw it in the park and was happy again. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just tell it in simple English. Why it works. You're practicing listening, speaking, grammar, and memory all at once, and your confidence grows quickly. 4. Record yourself. This is powerful. You become your own teacher. What is it? You record yourself speaking English for just 1 to 2 minutes every day. How to do it? Pick a topic. Press record. Speak freely. Example topics. What you did today. Your favorite movie, why you want to speak English. A short summary of a YouTube video. After recording, listen to it. Don't judge yourself. Just notice. How clear are you? Did you hesitate? Did you use simple and correct sentences? You can even re-record the same topic the next day and compare. Why it works. You hear your progress. You learn from your mistakes. You become more aware of how you speak. And that awareness leads to faster improvement. Final thoughts. So, these are your 4 daily fluency habits. Shadow, think, retell, record. They don't take hours, they just take consistency. Even if you only do 2 of them each day for 10 to 15 minutes, your fluency will start to change. Your speaking will get smoother, your confidence will rise, and you'll finally feel proud of how far you've come. Fluency isn't about perfection, it's about practice. And these 4 habits, they're your daily workout for your English brain. In the next part, I'll explain how fluency is like a muscle, and how staying motivated and consistent will take you further than any textbook ever could. Let's keep going. You're doing great. Let's take a moment to step back from the techniques and talk about something deeper. Let's talk about your motivation. Because building fluency isn't just about the methods, it's about your mindset, your attitude, your consistency, your belief in yourself. You see, fluency is not a gift. It's not luck. It's not something only smart people can do. Fluency is a muscle. Just like going to the gym, the more you train your speaking muscle, the stronger it becomes. But if you don't use it, it stays weak. It stays silent. Think about it. You can't get fit by watching fitness videos. You can't build strength by reading about exercise. And you definitely can't run a marathon by sitting on the couch and waiting for the right time. It's the same with English. You don't get fluent by waiting. You get fluent by doing, every single day. Even if it's just 5 minutes, even if your sentences are broken, even if your accent is strong, you show up, you speak out loud, you make mistakes, and little by little, you grow. It's just like learning to walk. Babies fall hundreds of times before they finally take their first real steps. But do they stop? Number? They keep trying. They fall, they cry, and they stand again. Why? Because they're not afraid of failure. They're focused on progress. Now here's the truth, and I really want you to hear this. I've seen people go from completely shy to completely fluent. I've worked with learners who couldn't say a full sentence at first. They were nervous, quiet, afraid of speaking, but they committed. They practiced out loud, every day, just like I'm showing you. And guess what? After a few months, they were having full conversations. They started speaking without fear. They didn't become native speakers. They became confident speakers, and that's the goal. And you? You can do it too. But only if you stop hiding. Only if you stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect grammar, the perfect sentence. Perfection doesn't create fluency. Action does. You have everything you need already. You don't need more books. You don't need to memorize 1,000 more words. You just need to take what you already know and start using it. Out loud, every day. You might feel silly at first. That's okay. You might stumble. You might pause. You might say things wrong. That's okay too. Because every time you speak, even if it's just to yourself in the mirror, you're building your English muscle. You're training your brain. You're becoming more fluent, one sentence at a time. So don't let fear stop you. Don't let comparison stop you. Don't say, I'm too old, or I've tried before, or I'm not good enough. You are good enough. You're learning. You're growing. You're doing what most people are too afraid to do. And that's amazing. And remember this: fluency doesn't come to the smartest person. It comes to the most consistent person, the person who practices a little every day, the person who isn't afraid to sound imperfect, the person who keeps going, even when progress feels slow. That can be you. So today, I challenge you. Speak out loud, even for just 2 minutes. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start now, with what you have, right where you are. Because this isn't just about English. It's about believing in yourself. It's about proving to yourself that you can learn, improve, and grow, no matter your age, background, or starting point. And one day, you'll look back and say, I'm so glad I didn't give up. I'm so proud I kept going. Your fluency is not in the future. It starts today, with you. Let's move to the next part and take that step forward, together. All right, we've talked about the struggles, we've talked about the goal, we've learned 4 powerful fluency practices. Now it's your turn. Yes, you watching this right now. It's time for you to stop watching and start doing, because nothing changes until you take action. And the best part? You don't need hours. You don't need a perfect environment. You just need 5 minutes. So here's your challenge. And I want you to really do this. Fluency Challenge. Day 1 starts now. Pick one of the 4 fluency practices we talked about today, just one, and do it for the next 5 minutes. Let me remind you of your options. 1. Shadowing practice. Choose a short video or audio clip in English. Play a sentence, pause, and repeat it out loud. Match the native speaker's tone, speed, and emotion. 2. Think in English. Go about your day thinking in English. Describe what you're doing, what you see, or how you feel, all in your mind, or quietly to yourself. 3. Story retelling. Watch a short 1-minute video or story. Then close it and retell the story in your own words. Just imagine you're explaining it to a friend. 4. Record yourself. Choose a topic. Hit record. Talk for 1 to 2 minutes. Don't worry about mistakes. Just speak freely. Then listen and notice what you can improve. That's it. Simple, right? Not perfect, not polished, just practice. Because fluency comes from using English in real life, not just learning about it. So go ahead, choose your method, set a timer, and speak, even if you're shy, even if you're scared, even if your voice shakes. Do it anyway. Because this 5 minutes, this is how fluency begins. After you finish, come back here and drop a comment. Tell me, which method did you try? How did it feel? What did you learn about your English today? I read every single comment, and I'll reply to as many as I can. Let's build a community of learners who take action, not just take notes. Don't be silent. Don't be passive. You have a voice, and it deserves to be heard. And if you found this video helpful, If you felt something click in your mind today, then please like this video, share it with a friend, and hit that subscribe button. So let's do it together. Pick your method, take the challenge, leave your comment, and I'll see you in the next video, where we'll go even deeper into practical, powerful English fluency. Until then, keep speaking, keep growing, and never forget, you're one step closer to fluency than you were yesterday. Let's go.